Hello and good morning. You know what it is. Sometime between 3 a.m. and this a.m., I'm coming on camera and I'm going to say hello and welcome to the show. It is your favorite Stargoat. And as you know, you are mine. My favorite Stargoat is you. Hey, it's Grok. Grok is listening in on the conversation and has no idea what the context is, which tells me the super intelligence is not all that intelligent at all. But that's mostly because it's completely disconnected from reality. It can't see what we're doing. It didn't see me click the go live button to go live on YouTube right now. So it's just sitting here on my phone and it's just eavesdropping, just like it always actually does. It actually always is doing this. Excuse me. Oh, man. Look what I forgot to do. I forgot to put show comments on stage. So, shall we? Um, I was actually getting a little thing set up over here. I was going to play us a little DVD action. I could put on God, the Devil, and Bob, which honestly, I think that's where we're going this morning. Yeah, we know you're still here. You're great. All right, God, the Devil, and Bob it is. Can you hear Grok talking? And this is what we were listening to. Woo! This is it right here. So last night in the studio, we were able to get some recordings together. It's got a little bit of like some introductory conversation, just checking out the technology and what it's capable of and everything. And we came to realize that it looks like the phone is going to be the optimal way for the recording, possibly in other parts. So if you would like to come on the show, you want to be side by side and be right here, and you want to like go on camera and you want to voice your opinion, come on down, because I have, basically been doing the same thing you've been doing your entire life, interviewing everybody, finding out what everybody else is up to. It is 5:40 ish on today ish. I think it's the day after Taco Tuesday, so it must be Wednesday. uh, uh, You're gearing up for some real taco. If anybody wants to sign in, camera ready, you're open for it. And yeah, Wednesday it is. Day after Taco Tuesday, locked in. What's the vibe you're going for this morning? Just free flow conversation, or you got a topic lined up? I just gotta cut that off because it's funny, but at the same time, it's kind of like, let's see, 100 bots, NPCs. Oh, golly, there's so many people that'll like follow you and wait for a follow. And then, I guess that is so funny. This group chat that I got dropped into. All right, let me copy this link, see if anybody's awake. I'm going to start just sending this out. We're going to click that. We're going to come over here and click invite guest. We'll invite them through Messenger because we have a Facebook audience that we love very much. So I sent that to Mr. Tom Dupuy. Oh, we're having some good stuff going on. And it's funny, I made this AI video for the group chat. That's what I was actually going to get at right there. Easily, sure. You know, I'm saying healthy is important. I mean, what else could I possibly say? What else is there to say? So yeah. Yesterday I came on about an hour earlier. Apparently, that's like my time to come on because I had like we had some serious views going on yesterday. I was pretty grateful for that. I was totally shocked. I was like, oh man, all my friends are on here. And it actually says 18 hours ago, YouTube is currently experiencing some issues with their APIs. That might prevent some users from going live on the destination. Huh. I don't know. So this TV, it looks like it might be just maybe the wrong angle. I don't know. I like that because you get to see Hunter Thompson peeping over the into the desk right here. It says, buy the ticket, take the ride. What I'm really curious is if that's mirrored correctly. I have no idea, honestly. Let's see. Anybody else want to come on live? New Mr. Claudel was supposed to be coming on here. And he's in the Florida. He was here before. We were doing a little live show. So, anyways, we had a lot of incredible things going on. It was just this wild ride. We were getting through yesterday. We were projecting some ideas and some discussions. I say a lot of the time, hey, people, men especially, we need to talk. There's an issue, but it's not just men, it's men and women. I'm 44. I'm going to say I'm old enough to just be able to say it. You know, this age 200 years ago would have been ancient. You understand that? I would have already lived my entire life. If I've made it to this age, like, you're old. And some people were living even older. People, preservation, education, intelligence. Intelligence is that understanding. All right. What I've been noticing though is women have moved into this position where they believe that men were acting one way, and I don't mean how they are now. I mean how they were before. A lot of men were very vulgar and aggressive and sexual, and they whistle at you on the street. And now it's very contained. It's very reserved. All that is, been boxed. It's all been boxed up, and it's been made so you don't have really any outlets other than forcing that into creativity. Well, clearly, this is what it's going to, instead of that creativity. For some that weren't affected by the dopamine drip and all that, they still had that ability to be ingenuitive and put out the best of the best. And in the meantime, the majority ended up so kind of succumbing to the dopamine drip. And that's I believe that's what has killed the mass population's libido. There was a certain appeal to men when they were after women, like when they actually would focus on that. Because now it's really important to focus on your life and building an empire. I hear this a lot, and it's not really realistic. I get what you're saying. You're really amplifying your life into the life of an actual empire. I get the visualization, but because it's actual unrealistic, like, we're not all Genghis Khan. What is the population of today's world? Like, that's ambition right there. That's intelligence. That's understanding legacy. And when you have a core belief that's so strong that you're able to ensure your genetic line and your people, your part of the species, is going forward into the future, versus now, you see a lot of relationships are just falling apart because, well, they're over here trying to get into other things that have nothing to do with actual living. So for a lot of people out there, the big issue uh, is just not submitting to uh, a relationship, not acknowledging that, it does take two. Yeah, you can go out there and do it on your own, but what is that going to do for anybody? The world's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be, but I got to put these strings on my guitar. I sent this out to a few cats and this guitar maintenance kit instruction thing. Yeah, that's what we need right there. So this is what I'll be doing today. I'm just gonna be focused on this. I do appreciate the one viewer that stopped by. I appreciate that. I keep it's just incredible. I could sit here and talk about what is seemingly boring all day, and that's what it comes across as. How do I make it interesting? I have to go gonzo. I can't be myself. I have to step into the shoes of other people. I have to validate. That's what that means. To validate somebody is to see it from their own eyes, right? Or is that a different word? Sympathize, empathize, validate. Yeah, to validate somebody else means you can step into their shoes and see it from their perspective. So in that case, I'm just looking at these comments here on X, and I'm just like, man, this anti-marriage thing is just like, quit trashing marriage and marry the right man. What a great quote. I'm just going to keep reposting this because, it's just what it's showing is a guy is on one knee and he's proposing, and the shadow on the wall is a woman and she has angel wings. And instead of like acting like she's all happy and surprised, she's like leaning towards him and she's like reaching out with her hands, but her shadow has the angel wings. She doesn't actually have angel wings. And then the guy's shadow is reaching up and clipping her angel wings as she reaches and grabs the diamond. So that says so many things. Like, look at this. What do you think about this? Sorry for whoever's profile I just put on the camera, but you think this is right? That's the second time I've already seen it. That's what they're telling women right now. They're telling them if a dude proposes to you, he's clipping your wings and he's gonna tie you up and take you away from your friends and your family. And here's a few things. If you commit your life to somebody else, expect your life to change. Your friends are going to change. Your family is still your family. But yeah, you might end up in Japan or something, right? You might end up in Romania, anywhere in the world, depending on what the two of you are interested in. Because it's not about what you're interested in. I'm seeing so much of this. Like, stop with this. Like, the expectation, like some dude's supposed to like cater to your lifestyle. No, sorry. As a dude, the expectation is the woman, you have no life. You've got nothing going on. That's the whole point. If you're a woman and you're out there doing man things, expect to have two men in a relationship. Like, you're just not going to be compatible. It just does not work scientifically, emotionally, physically, all of the above. I'm not sorry. It just does not work. You know. I don't have to sit here and tell you. Look inside your brain, look inside your heart. Actually judge yourself, hold yourself accountable. That's why people would actually take vows of celibacy, because they knew that their brains were warped or jacked up, and so they were off in some other place trying to do something that deviated from the normal path. And so they would go into fasting, go into reclusion, go into like those states where they had to get reconnected to source, not go to a hospital and get all pilled up, or just submit to the feeling of wanting to do something that has nothing to do with existence. Okay, I said it. But again, don't be mad at me. You know, I am just a conduit. I am just passing information through the universe, from the universe, straight out of me, straight into this camera, out of that camera, into your brain. However long that took. I used to call cadence not very well. They tried to get me on beat, but I just, for the life of me, I just cannot stay on beat. So even with everybody clunk, 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 clunk. Hey, hey, Captain Jack, meet me down by the railroad track with that blunt in your hand. I'm gonna be a smoking man for Uncle Sam, the best I can. Hey, hey, Captain Jack, meet me down by the railroad track with that knife in my hand. I'm gonna be a cutting man, a slicing man for Uncle Sam, the best I can. Hey, hey, Captain Jack. So you got to do that at what, 100, 180 beats a minute or something? What is the marching when you're running in the army? Double time? I don't know. Can't remember right now. Don't really care. Try to put all that shit out of my brain. Sure, within minutes it'd be right back. But I made this really funny video and I hadn't finished it. It was for the Kikiest Mac in this group. It says it's for everyone, but there's only like 440 people in there out of like 8.2 billion. I guess that'd be a good representation of that many people, because there's got to be about 444 different archetypes, right? And so of 8.2 billion people, there's got to be, however you divide that math, however that maths, then you can assume there's that many doppelgangers of you. There's that many different versions of you out there doing the exact same thing that you're doing right now. It's almost an absolute guarantee. There's at least one other person, you and that person are doing the exact same motions, actions at even exact opposite time. So like there's a you right now at 6 a.m. in California. There's a you at 6 p.m. in California, and you're mirroring each other's lifestyles and motions and discussions and thoughts, and because of the waves. You guys get the waves, right? The ley lines and all that, the energy grid of the earth. So yeah, here we are. In the beginning, I guess I'm just gonna hit this play button, and it's this funny show. I have it on mute because I don't know the copyright to say anything. I might. I mean, who doesn't? Do they? I don't know. So I enabled comments. I don't know if there will be actual additional guests, co-host. People are going to come showing up left and right. Let's see here. Now I can kind of see pretty good. Everything's not nearly as fuzzy as it was. It does look pretty nice like that, doesn't it? Huh. Interesting. So I just wanted to kind of like look at this and I guess just do a little sample and see if it was all ready to go. It is 6 o'clock. I suppose I should encourage my child to get up and go to school. Yeah. It's interesting watching yourself when you sit back and you can see the huge delay. It's very interesting. I just saw it on Facebook. I'm checking to see if maybe there were comments or anything. Anybody's gonna come on board. As you see, I got this hat on. It says "lit up." Probably wondering why you so lit up, man. You own a home. You got that homeowner shirt right here. It's the second house I bought, actually. The first one, I was working basically, um, you know, like everybody, join the army and you want to stay in, you want to retire, and you end up, you know, things happen. I ended up shattering both the tibia, which is like your shin, whatever, right? We call it stress fractures. So there was like hundreds of hairline fractures at the top of both my kneecaps. So every time like I would walk, it's like if it was just like opening and closing, and it was like all the nerves right there. It's just like up and down my legs. It was pretty painful. Aside from like just like the normal like arthritic popping and snapping and cracking, like I had actual like a crunching noise inside the knees. It was, and I believe one of the kneecaps, like there was like a piece of the bone that was like missing, or it had snapped off or something. I don't know. There were some bone scans from like uh, 2009 is when they finally did like some actual like investigative research to like look into it and like see if there was any issues, and that's when they found out there was actual issues with my knees. Man, and that was up in Fort Irwin. They sent me down to Apple Valley to get an MRI there. Man, that totally changed everything right there. So good stuff. Good stuff. Everybody knows my friend right here, Hunter Thompson. He's been saying stuff, screaming into the void for over 50 years. I mean, nobody listened then. Why could they listen now? And the thing is he understood it so much, but he understood so much that he didn't do anything to stop it because he knew he couldn't. Instead, he was like, well, fuck it. Can't beat him, join him. So he did. All kinds of things that were documented, and my guess don't exist anymore. Those documents gone. Did he actually pull the trigger and take his own life like Kurt Cobain? I doubt it. I have my assumptions. And anybody that says otherwise, they have empirical evidence, prove it, show it. Like, what do you have to hide? Like, that wouldn't make any sense for any investigation into anybody's death not to be absolutely 100% transparent. If it's not, that only says that there is something hidden and does not want to be discovered. That is an intentional act by humans. All the words that people just make up and just start regurgitating, absolutely 100% bias, right? If there's an investigation into a death, it needs to be transparent. Everybody should know it's happening. In fact, everybody should be looking that direction. It is not that difficult to figure out who did what. Like, it's accountability on the grandest scale of integrity. You show up, you do what's right. I want to say thank you real quick to the one viewer that has shown up today. Cheers. Good morning. As you can see, I'm just slightly lit up. I've only been up for like 2.5 hours. It is 6 a.m. Wednesday, and see you next time. A lot of people might get confused. They're like, well, what kind of lit up are you exactly? Like, aren't you like supposed to be doing something? I am doing something. I've been doing something. I've been doing absolutely nothing. But it is Wednesday, so I would very much like to say, please go about your day. Women, stop requesting to be spoiled. That is literally, nobody wants spoiled milk, rotten food. That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't be a joke, women. You're setting yourselves up for failure, and that's what that post that's flashing on the screen right here is all about. Like, I wonder if I can go back on here and it'll show up. Maybe somebody else will post it. Like all these posts about from women, men need women and women need men, but we all need. What do you think of a man who competes with a woman? I just now all my posts are all about men and women. Men move on from breakups faster. People shouldn't be breaking up. You shouldn't be breaking up. You're not here to go try out every single person on the planet. That doesn't, like, how does that compute? It's lack of logic, lack of critical thinking, lack of a deductive reasoning. Just the reason relationships are failing is because everybody thinks they're right. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody thinks that, you know, men hide their pain and women are supposed to work, and you know, women reject broke men standards. Men reject single moms, immature. Like, it's just opinions, more opinions, just more talking into the void, like every single person. And then we get 22,000 people also agreeing to the void. If a man sets boundaries, he's controlling, right? Who is this person? Do I even follow them? No, I don't. But for some reason, the algorithm thinks I want to see more of this. And she's got all these things, like all these, like, what are they called? It's supposed to be insight. It's supposed to be like whimsical. Thousands. I'm choked up. But I'm understanding that this is the level of thought. This is the frame of mind and the extension to that thought. This is what's basically been taught. I can't be mad at her. She's literally doing the best she can with what she got. Maybe she's trying to entice people. She does have 500,000 followers. This girl has 500,000 followers. So she's just trying to be unbiased and she's trying to correct the narrative. So essentially, we can assume that this is all bait. Right? She's trying to bait people. So let's go into the comments of one of these things about men and women here. Not everyone is meant to stay. I love it when people. It's basically when two people are not mature enough, they don't have the intellectual capacity to communicate. But when two people are going through any type of issues, and like in my history, breakups, for instance, it's always been like it had, you know, it's like total war, absolute battle. And Leonardo says it best: stop trying to turn a lesson into a lifestyle. I mean, for real. And this guy, he got no likes. Some people are just seasonal in your life. Stop saying that. Please. Enough with seasons. Enough with this is my bad boy era or moment, or like whatever people are saying, just stop. Just, can you exist without categorizing and labeling everything? humans do not have like this special little place in the universe. Like we have a very short, limited amount of time here. Your life is now hopefully 80 years. A lot of people, 40s, 50s. I knew a dude when I was like 19, 20, he was 27, had a damn heart attack. Just had a kid, wife. He wasn't in the military, she was. I was a civilian at the time. It's short. Life expectancy used to literally be 30 years old. If you made it to 30, you were like a hero. So how do you think people survived all of the millennia, all these centuries, and then all of a sudden now we don't have kids until we're what, 30, 40? I don't know. In the Bible, people were having kids, they were hundreds of years old, still procreating, still out doing it, still waking up every day, feet to ground, looking at each other in the eyes, falling in love, having moments together. And what are we doing now? We're just trying to avoid eye contact. Like nobody can make eye contact anymore. People want to stare at you and just kind of like admire you. They don't want to get close to you. They don't want to associate with you. They're so afraid to get judged by anybody. I remember, I don't want to talk about like that personal business without absolute permission. So now I can't really reframe the story without it being obvious. There's just so many issues, you guys. Like marriages, if you're going to commit to that, commit to it. If you're not truly there, then don't do it. You know, like, I don't know. I'm really starting to feel like this is like that Rick and Morty episode where Rick slaps the helmet on him and he's playing that dude's life, Ralph, whatever his name was. Oh man, oh, wild. Rick's a nut. He is freaking hilarious. Uh, anyways, so we talked about it. We spoke on libidos, rotting milk, spoiled cereal. It's all like crusty and stuff. I had a couple of people stop by. I appreciate you stopping. I'm only like 1% lit up. Honestly, I'm full of love. I love everyone. Y'all rock. All right. Much peace, much opulence, many blessings. Please, please, please be happy. All right. Try to focus on gratitude. I'm definitely going to be doing the same thing. Go on a date, commit, submit, do the love thing, get a family going, move out of your parents' house, do it like yesterday. Stop putting that pressure on them. They're adults. They want to walk around their house naked and live their adult life. They act like it's cute because you're forcing them to also still be children. Babies having babies. So many clones, so many toilets, so many underage moans. Literally, do your research, do your homework, look at history, look at the geomagnetic storms, look at the seismic activity, pay attention. You need to make sure you're ready, stay vigilant. That's all I'm saying. All right, lots of love. All right, peace out. Get y'all later. Enjoy the day. Get your kids off to school. Good work.